Well, James, there's another attempt today to bring civilians out of that steel plant in Mariupol. No word yet as to whether or not it's managed to get far enough into Mariupol to pull those people out, but no surprise about that at all, because we know from the last convoy that managed to make it to Zaporizhia, the nearby city, on Tuesday, that it took them days to successfully negotiate getting those people out and getting them through the maze of Russian checkpoints and bringing them to safety. So we'll see whether or not they're having any luck bringing those civilians out in the coming days. I think would be surprised to hear anything about that today. Now, it's worth pointing out that what we're talking about here is an evacuation deal that has been coordinated by the United Nations and the Red Cross with the Russian forces to evacuate civilians, but not to evacuate any of those Ukrainian soldiers there. So there is a growing concern as to their fate. Interestingly as well, another bit of news that we're getting out of Mariupol today is that, according at least to the Ukrainian government, Russian troops in the city, in the 90% of the city that they already control, have begun cleaning the streets, removing dead bodies from the streets, it has to be said, removing unexploded ordnance as well. This possibly for some kind of military parade next Monday, that is the 9th of May, Victory Day in Russia, and likely to be a really key day in this war.
Okay, and can you tell us more, Nadia, as well about the wave of Russian attacks yesterday in closer to where you are in the centre and west of Ukraine?
18 missile strikes, we understand, fired from the Caspian Sea, hitting a range of civilian infrastructure across, as you said, central and western Ukraine. That includes Lviv, a city that has been largely shielded during this conflict. It hit water infrastructure there, electricity infrastructure as well, and the railway lines. Now, on the railway lines, Russia has actually confirmed that it did target 6 railway stations in the country. Now, presumably that is to try and slow the advance of Western weaponry that's been making its way from Western Ukraine to those front lines in the east. Now, in terms of casualties, interestingly, it doesn't seem that this attack was particularly focused on killing civilians. The focus rather was on disrupting civilian infrastructure like the railways, like the water supply. But from what we understand now, there hasn't been a death toll, but a number of people were injured.
Okay, and concerns as well today about drills, military drills across the border in Belarus.
Yeah, that's right, James. Now, we're seeing images of those military drills starting to come in right up near the Ukrainian border. Now, Belarus, obviously a key ally of Vladimir Putin in his war on Ukraine. And there has been some speculation, I mean, it's certainly no confirmation, but speculation that next Monday, Victory Day that I already mentioned, that we may see Belarusian forces joining this war in Ukraine alongside Russia. Now, the Russian government was asked about that today in the Kremlin. They denied that. They said there's no intention for this war to continue in that way. But clearly Ukraine is concerned about that. They're also concerned about another front in this war that's right on the other side of the country in Moldova, that breakaway region of Transnistria where there are 1,500 Russian troops stationed. There are fears as well that there could be a further incursion into Ukraine from the south. None of that happening for the moment, but certainly all eyes on Monday and that Victory Day.
Okay, Nadia Massih, thank you for that update from Kyiv.